Hi there, it's Catherine from 3Ps. Welcome to my office. For those that I don't know yet, my name is Catherine Turner. I'm a personal trainer and I specialise in weights, and I am on this channel to help you start with weights or improve your skills with weights, to persuade those of you who think weights aren't for them, either because they think they're going to get huge or because they just think it's too hard, that actually weights should be part of everyone's workout, because of the massive health benefits you get with weights, and also the aesthetic benefits in terms of, you know, how good you look and also how good you feel. So this video, and the reason that we're in my office rather than the gym, is that this video is about some training programs that I've written that I'm going to be releasing tomorrow, and these are 3 whole body weights programs for beginners. So they are designed specifically for beginners in mind. Appreciate that a lot of people who watch this are not beginners. If you aren't, then there's loads already on the site which is about isolation exercises and also about supersets, and also, you never know, you may find some stuff in the whole body workouts that I've done for this video that actually you do find helpful. I myself, when I'm training, occasionally will have a whole body workout just to bring the changes. So even if you're very experienced, it'd be worth having a look at these workouts, because you never know, you might learn something. If you are a beginner though, these are specifically designed to challenge you without beasting you. Beasting you is a technical term which simply means we're not looking to get you to a stage where you feel so sore you can't move, or you think, I never want to do that again. These workouts are a challenge to help you develop your body, but they're meant to be enjoyable, and they're an introduction to weight training. Now, how do you get a hold of these programs? As I said, there are videos. There are 3 programs, and there are 3 accompanying videos which I've done, which go through the exercises in the workouts and do it step by step for you. So there's a real, we take you by the hand and we'll take you through this routine step by step before you need to do it yourself. And I've also written the routines down for you, and they are downloadable via the 3Ps website. Now, if you want to download, and I would suggest that you download before you look at the videos, then you need to go to the website, which is www.3pspublishing.com, and then it's /whole-body-workout. Sorry, my eyes are wandering because I've got it written on the wall just because it's new, the link. So it's whole-body-workouts with an S on the end. If you go onto the website, all we ask, they're completely free, all we ask is that you give us your email address and you can then download them. What do we do with your email address? We simply give you and hope to give you more value, so more things that we think will be helpful. We're just developing a newsletter at the moment. You'll be going on a journey with us in terms of how we develop our content, but we're going to do a newsletter which will have views and news about fitness and resilience and nutrition. One thing you definitely will get is you'll get advance notice of we've got a new book series that we've had written by a nutritionist, which is about how to lean up for summer, how to drop weight for summer, how to do it in a sustainable way, in a healthy way, but to get very lean. And that is called Eating Clean But Keep It Lean, and that's coming out in the next 10 days. You'll get advance notice of that, so you know when it's coming out, and there'll be other things that we'll put on the newsletter. So you can unsubscribe at any time, so there's no commitment, but that's what we ask in return for giving you the training schedules, and we hope that you'll find them useful. I'm a personal trainer. I specialise in weights. It's the area I'm passionate about. So I've designed the routines to be a good all-round introduction to weights and to weights exercises, but with the videos to make it very simple to use. You can do these routines at home, or you can do them at the gym. There's no complicated equipment. The only things that we ask that you use are dumbbells, although even if you're at home, if you haven't got any dumbbells, you could use, even use a couple of cans of soup if you need to, just some weights that you can put in your hands that will let you do the exercises. So there's no bar to doing this at home. You don't have to say, I can't do this because I don't have a whole gym. That doesn't matter. Even the greats, people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he started off, and he became very keen on weights very quickly, and his parents were concerned that he was becoming too keen on weights and he wasn't doing other things, and they stopped him from going to the gym, and so he simply started to build his own equipment in the garage. So he did a lot of his training at home. So whether you want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or not, the point is that you can do these exercises very effectively at home. You don't need a whole gym to go to. If you are going to the gym, then this might be your first foray into the weights room, and if it is, I hope you know that you'll be confident, having seen the video and taken the training program with you, you'll be confident to get on and do your workout. Because there's no complicated equipment, you don't need to go into the big exercise equipment, the big weights equipment, but you just need some dumbbells. So get yourself a bench and some dumbbells, take one of these programs with you, and off you go. Now, as I said, there are 3 programs. You get to choose which one you want to do. Have a look at all 3 and decide what takes your fancy. One of the programs uses a Vipr, which is a, if you haven't seen one, it's like a big sort of long rubber tube that has handholds, and you can do this sort of movement, and you take it above your head and all sorts of things with it. And so if you have a Vipr, then that's a good workout for you. If you don't have a Vipr, then don't worry, there are 2 other workouts. You can also get the Viprs quite cheaply on eBay if you wanted to get one. So you can always sort of get yourself kitted out, but there's no need to, because there are 2 other workouts that don't use a Vipr. Now, when you print these out, you'll see the first page of the programs is some small print, but some quite important information about how starting an exercise program. It's very important that before you start any sort of exercise program, you assess first of all your health and whether or not you're ready and you're fit enough to do this program. As I said, this program will not beast you, but it will challenge you. That's the whole point. If you don't challenge yourself, you won't improve. So there's an element of challenge. If you have hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, or you think you may be pregnant, then please go and see your medical practitioner or your GP just to have yourself checked out. If you haven't exercised in a while, again, it's just worth having a chat with your GP, getting your blood pressure taken, mentioning to GP any joint problems you've got. Obviously, the point about an exercise routine is to make you feel better, not worse. But if you have any pre-existing conditions which could be exacerbated by exercise, then you ought to find out before you start. If you're clear to start, or you've got no medical problems and you already are doing some exercise, then great. Let's get going. What do you wear and what do you eat or drink before you start training? Well, in terms of wearing, choose something comfortable. Obviously, if you're going to train at home, you can wear what you like. Obviously, if you train at the gym, then I would suggest in the weights room that you wear full-length track bottoms and a t-shirt. You do see people in the weights room in shorts, but it is, in terms of strict weight training circles, it's really frowned upon to be wearing shorts. It's much more in keeping to be better, more covered up. You'll see with a lot of the weight trainers, they're very, very covered up, and they often have a hoodie on as well. And that's part of that is attitude, and part of that is if they're competing, they don't necessarily want other people to know how ripped or unripped they are at that stage in their training, so that's why they cover up. Very occasionally they're also covering up if they want to sweat, but generally not. It's just simply not wanting to show their body at that stage in their training. So that's what you wear in terms of clothing. Footwear is quite important. You do see people in weights rooms who have got either flip-flops on or bare feet. That is a complete no-no. Shoes are there for a purpose. They're not a fashion accessories. They're there to protect your feet. If you drop a dumbbell or a plate on your foot and you're not wearing shoes, you will break toes. So please put some decent shoes on. In terms of what shoes to wear, obviously a trainer is the norm, but avoid the sort of trainer that you might run in, because what you're looking for is a trainer which hasn't got too much cushioning on the heel and on the sole, because particularly when you're doing things like squats and lunges, it's really important that you have a proper contact with the floor. So if you've got sort of an air cushioned sole, your ankles are going to wobble. So what you want is actually a minimal sole on your shoe. So even like a basketball shoe, or I sometimes actually train in boots, but anything which hasn't got a big thick sole that you're going to wobble on or bounce around on is the right thing to wear. So that's what you should wear. Now, what should you eat or drink? Now, for those of you who already do a lot of cardio, then if you train first in the morning, you will know that generally speaking, if you want to drop fat, then you would try and do your cardio on an empty stomach. And if you are you are a competitive bodybuilder and you're leading up for a competition, you often will train on an empty stomach. But if you're not in the competition phase, my strong advice to you is to have something to eat before you train. You're looking to challenge your body and to lift a decent amount of weight. It's impossible to do that if you have no sugar in your system. You need the sugar. This is an anaerobic exercise that needs sugar to fire the power. This is the one time that actually you will be encouraged to eat a fast carbohydrate. So actually, if there are particular things that you like, so things like bagels, for example, which are most of the time are not a great food choice because the carbohydrate is very high GI, it's very quickly absorbed into the blood, then take it before exercise and have it guilt-free. The same goes for, you know, if you love fruit. Fruit's great, but particularly tropical fruit like pineapple and mango is very high in sugar and is difficult to have in a diet where you're trying to lean up. But having it just before you go lift weights is absolutely fine. So enjoy it then. So just, you know, look at your time of your foods, choose something that's high sugar, high GI, and that's what you have before you train. So that's what you wear, that's what you eat. Now let's just talk about the training program itself. So I said there are 3 programs, they're whole body, so they will work your legs, your back, your chest, your shoulders and your arms. That's a full body workout, and the intention is that you do these exercises 3 times a week, so preferably Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But don't get too rigid about that. If something derails you, you're not able to train on the Wednesday, then train Monday, Thursday, Saturday. I think the secret with any weight training routine is to have flexibility. So if you can't get to the gym one day, you get to the gym another day. Obviously what you don't do is keep not getting to the gym. You do need to get there 3 times a week, but have a bit of flexibility about when you go. I've got here the actual program so you can see it, and so each of the programs is not meant to take more than about 20 minutes. So you should have ample time, even if you're doing cardio at the gym as well. You can either add this on to your gym time or just take some time off your cardio. What I would say about that is you will get amazing results if you do this 2 to 3 times a week. After a month, you should feel better and you will certainly look better. If you want to prove that to yourself, and I'd also be very interested to see the results, then take some basic measurements before you start. So measure things like the circumference of your shoulders, of your chest, of your waist, hips, the centre of each thigh, the upper part of each arm, and in a man, maybe the neck, collar size. You take those measurements and then measure yourself in a month's time. You may find that your weight on the scales hasn't moved at all. But if you're building muscle takes up less space but is heavier than fat, and so you may find that the scale hasn't moved, but actually you've got smaller and got smaller in key areas, and you may have developed some size in other areas. So in a woman you could develop, you're not going to get huge, but you might get much nicer, firmer curves, particularly in your rear and in your chest. And in a man, obviously, if you are looking to develop size, then you're looking at development of your chest area, whittling of your waist, and maybe some development in your thighs. So take those measurements, have a look in a month's time. If you did some before photographs and after photographs, I'd be really interested to see how you got on, and I'd be interested to see what your measurements were as well. So you can always send those through to me, and I can always be reached at hello@3pspublishing.com. So it's the same as the website, but I'm at hello@3pspublishing.com. So just send stuff through to me. If you've also got any queries on the program, anything that's not clear, just drop me a line and I will come back to you. I'm very, very happy to help whenever I can. You can also obviously post comments below this video and below the actual exercise videos as you go along, and I look at all those and I do respond to all of those. So in terms of what the programs are, so we've got 3 different programs. The first program, I'll just bring up the notes. The first program starts with, so what I should say is that in relation to all the programs, what I have done is, to save time, is to do it all as supersets. So each program has 4 pairs of exercises. So you'll have a pair of legs, a pair of chest, a pair of back, and then a pair of shoulders. That is to save time. So for each pair of exercises, you do the exercises back to back, and then you take a 45-second rest, and then you do the exercises back to back and a 45-second rest. With all of these exercises, I'm looking for you to do 3 sets of each pair of exercises. So you're going to be doing, basically you will do 8 pairs of exercises, and you'll have 45-second rest between each pair. In terms of your repetitions, if you've never done any weights before, then really the repetitions are 10 to 15. If you've done some weights already and you're just trying to sort of up your game or get some some new inspiration or a new start in your weights routine, then aim to go lower than that. The classic bodybuilding zone is 6 to 8 reps, so heavy enough that you're challenged by 6 reps. But if you are not experienced as a weight trainer, then don't go as heavy as that and just increase your reps So look to go 12 to 15 reps, and you should feel challenged in terms of being able to perform the exercise by the time you get to 10 reps. If you don't feel challenged, then your weights are not heavy enough. If you're struggling at sort of 6 reps, your weight is too heavy, you need to go lighter. So that's why in terms of having dumbbells, you need to have a range so that you can play around with them and find the right range for you. So in each of these routines, as I said, we have 4 pairs of exercise that will exercise your whole body. That's enough as a starting routine. If you do that 3 days a week, you should get fantastic results. And I'm hoping also it will persuade you that doing weights is a really great way to feel better in yourself and about yourself and about how you look. So give me a like or not like in terms of this video. Please download the programs, have a look at them, give me any feedback on them. Let me know how you're going on, and have a look at the videos tomorrow. And the very best of luck, and I really hope you enjoy it. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.